What's up, everybody? Back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Yes, we're back. Hope you guys have a good one today. We're recapping the first day of March Madness, the first round of 64. We had 16 games, and boy, was it a time? Was it a time? We had some crazy games, wild finishes, some blowouts in there, but some great games, great performances. It's March Madness. You know what it is. Recapping day one. So in case you miss any games or just wanted to, relive on your team's win, you know, we're in the right place. Thank you guys for the views on the shorts and stuff recently. Let people over to the main channel subscribing. So I appreciate that. And if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing. Turn on turn on notifications, all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. That's always the right time. Let's get right into it. The first game we're starting with was an 8-9 matchup between West Virginia and Maryland. West Virginia got off to a great start in this game. West Virginia got off to a 16-4 start in this game, led by Keidrian Johnson, Trey Mitchell, but then also got some help from Eric Stevenson. And there, they got off to a 16-4 start. But Maryland came back. Jameer Young, Donta Scott, Julia Reese. We're doing things. It was very close in the first half. Very close game. A lot of layups, a lot of 2-point shots, layups. It was 30-30 at the end of the first half. Go to the second half, and Maryland takes a lead. And at this point, Julian Reese has some shots, but West Virginia, it was Keidrian Johnson, man. Keidrian Johnson was doing everything with West Virginia, getting to the basket, hitting threes, basically doing anything he could in his offensive power to keep West Virginia in this game. He had a stretch where he scored like a few points in a row, gave him the lead at one point. It was a very, very back and forth game. It came down to the last few minutes. After Donta Scott defeated Ty Hakeem Hart, hit a shot, hit a layup to make it a 2-point game. Julian Reese hit a free throw to make it 3, and then Julian Reese dunked it to make it a 5-point lead. Last few minutes, Trey Mitchell hit a layup with 8 seconds left to Maryland. So Keidrian Johnson hits 2 free throws. Maryland misses, get the offensive rebound, call timeout, but then they travel. So West Virginia gets the ball back. Trey Mitchell hits a layup. They foul Jameer Young. Jameer Young makes 1 of 2. West Virginia comes down. Keidrian Johnson hits a 3 to win it and misses. And Maryland sneaks out with a 67-65 win. The AC beats the 9 seed. Maryland ended up shooting 51% from the field, 23 for 45. But look at West Virginia. I mean, they won the 3-point battle. They won the turnover battle. Maryland won the assist, though. They out-assisted West Virginia 12-7. Maryland, Julian Reese was their leader, 17-9 with 3 blocks, shooting 6 for 9. Hakeem Hart had 15 points. Donta Scott 11, and then Jameer Young had 10 points. He has 7 free throws in this game. For West Virginia, it was Keidrian Johnson, 27 points. He shot 8 for 13, 4 for 8 from 3. And then Trey Mitchell had 13. But yeah, didn't really get help from a lot of the place. Eric Stevenson had just 9 points. He shot 4 for 17. Their big man Bell fouled out at 11 minutes. Great game from Maryland. Just hitting their free throws. Hitting their free throws and then getting more help from the others than West Virginia did. So now Maryland gets out of the first round. The Terrapins beat Bob Huggins and them. Next, we had the game, what was supposed to be the game early in the day. Furman, Virginia. Furman was a really popular upset pick in this game. Virginia got off to an 8-0 start led by Reese Baldwin, Jaden Gardner. They got off to a great start in this game, but Furman battled. Mike Bothwell, Jalen Slauson doing their thing. Reese Beekman was very good in the first half, though. Virginia, so was Kadeen Shedrick down in the paint. It was a very back and forth game. Virginia took a 9-point lead, but then Furman battled back. J.P. Pegas, Jalen Slauson, and Virginia led 32-27 at halftime. Go to the second half. Virginia scores the first 6 points to make it an 11-point lead. They made it a 12-point game after K.A. Clark led with 15 minutes. But Furman kept battling. Marcus Foster hit some big 3-pointers during that stretch. Jalen Slauson was getting to the rim, getting fouled. And then Furman took a lead. Furman went on a little run. Virginia hit 2 free throws with 6 minutes left to make it a 6-point lead. But then Furman scores 9 straight points, led by Jalen Slauson. Scored all 9 of those points to make it a 3-point lead, and then it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Last minute was crazy. So Khadeen Shedra hits 2 free throws, make it 66-63 with a minute 21 left. Then Furman turns the ball over. Virginia gets fouled with 35 seconds left. It's a 1-and-1. Isaac McNeely misses the free throw. Furman gets the ball back. Marcus Foster misses a 3 with 23 seconds. Now Virginia rebounds. Kihei Clark goes to the free throw line, misses the first, makes the second. It's a 4-point game. Furman comes down the court. Garrett Hien gets fouled. He hits 2 free throws. 12 seconds left. Virginia inbounds to Kihei Clark. Kihei Clark has the ball in the corner. He's getting double teamed and trapped. And for some reason, I don't know what he thought was going on in his mind. He just launches the ball like Patrick Mahomes down the field. Launches the ball to half court for no reason. There wasn't even anyone there. I don't know who he was passing it to. Launches it. Furman steals it. Garrett Hien steals it. Comes down, finds JP. JP hits a 3-pointer to put Furman up by 1, and then Virginia on the other end can't get the shot to go, and Furman upsets Virginia 68-67. Kihei Clark, I don't know what you were doing there, man. Like, thinking about it, what was the plan? Like, literally all he had to do is hold the ball. Because if you hold the ball, you're up by 2. You're up by 2, you're holding the ball. It's either A, you're going to get fouled and go to the free throw line again, or B, jump ball with like maybe 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and you're still up by 2. So as long as you don't give up a 3, at the worst it goes to overtime, or you get the ball back for a last shot opportunity. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what he thought was going on, which is very weird for him because he's a veteran on this team. He's a senior, and that's his last play of his college career was that. He's gonna be thinking about that for a long time. I don't know what the plan was there, but I mean, it's called March Madness for a reason. A lot of madness happens, and Furman got a lot of help from him. But yeah, Furman was playing really good. Furman out the 3-point battle. Virginia was 2 for 12 from 3. Furman was 10 for 28. Both teams' turnovers were kind of the same. The assists were kind of the same. Virginia actually out-rebounded Furman 35 to 27. They had more blocks. Just Furman, being clutch. Virginia just not being clutch. Khadim Shedrick had 15, 3 and 4 blocks for Virginia. Beekman had 14. And then McNeely had 12 off the bench. For the Paladins, Jalen Slauson, 19 and 10. Shot 6 for 10 for the field. He was great in this game. He was huge in the second half, especially for Furman leading the comeback. Marcus Foster had 15 points, hit 4 threes. And then JP and Mike Bothwell each had 11 points in this game. And Furman gets their first NCAA tournament win in a very long time. Yeah, that was insane. Virginia chokes again. Virginia, it's a funny record. It says since 2018, Virginia has a 1-3 record against teams seeded 13 or worse in round 64. Last few years, they lost early. Remember back in 2016, they lost to UMBC, the only one team seed to ever lose to 16. And then 2021, they lost to Ohio and Jason Preston. I think Ohio was a 13 seed at that point. And then this year they lose to 13 Furman. Virginia just can't do it. Virginia either is going to win a championship or they're losing in the first round. Apparently that's what Virginia is at this point. But yeah, tough way to go out. But shout out to Furman putting on an insane performance. That everyone thought was going to be the game or the upset of the day. But we'll give it a little bit. And we got one better for you. Next we got a 7-10 matchup. Missouri, Utah State. This was going to be very good. Very fun game. It was very back and forth to start. For Utah State, Taylor Funk was playing good. Getting layups, doing his thing. For Missouri, it was DeAndre Golston. Demoy Hodge was playing really good. Demoy Hodge and Kobe Brown really need Missouri early in this game. Yeah, Utah State was getting their layups. Missouri's just being better. Missouri was getting to the rim a lot more, dunking. Getting to the free throw line a lot more. Missouri led 35-31 at halftime. Go to the second half. Utah State hits the first couple of baskets to take the lead. Then it goes really back and forth. For Utah State, it was Taylor Funk doing this thing. Also Stephen Ashworth as well. But yeah, for Missouri again, Demoy Hodge and DeAndre Golston. Really, those two were playing very, very well. Then a run, 7:40 left. R.J. Edo Rock hit a 3-pointer or hit a layup for Utah State to make them down 3. But then Missouri goes on a 11-2 or 11-3 run, taking an 11-point lead led by Demoy Hodge, and Kobe Brown hit a 3 in there too took a double-digit lead and then didn't look back, and Missouri won 76-65, beating 10 Utah State. They had just outshot Utah State. The 3-point shot was big. They outshot Utah State. To hit 10 threes, Utah State was 4 for 24. Missouri shot 51% overall as a team. They also forced 14 turnovers, had 3 more assists. Just a great game. D'Moi Hodge, 23 and 4. He had 4 steals, shot 8 for 14, 5 for 10 from 3. Kobe Brown had 19 and 8. He missed 1 shot. Golston had 11, and then Carter had 10, 6, and 5. Yeah, great all-around game from Missouri. For Utah State, Stephen Ashworth and Aiken each at 12. Taylor Funk was their leading scorer, 16 and 7, 3 steals, 2 blocks, shot 7 for 16, and then Bairstow had 10. But yeah, that was just a great all-around game from Missouri. Getting to the rim a lot. They got really good big men, Golston, Carter, Kobe Brown, everything. But then D'Moi Hodge has also been very good, especially in their tournament there. He was really good. Yeah, Missouri. I like Rutgers Reserve. Missouri is a fun team to watch. Next, we had the 16-1 matchup. Number 1, Kansas. Number 16, Howard, the Bison, in there. No Bill Self still for Kansas. Still out with a sickness. Maybe returning next game. We don't know. But yeah, very good game to start. Kansas, DeJuan Harris was playing really good. He was doing a lot of little things like steals, assists, and stuff. And then, of course, you got Jalen Wilson and Grady Dick doing their thing. But for Howard, they're keeping it in. Shy Odom was doing his thing. Elijah Hawkins as well. Shy Settle is keeping in it. Howard is keeping in the game. Definitely. It was 24. Howard actually took the lead at one point a few times. Steve Settle, a third, hit a 3-pointer, making a 1-point lead. Then Grady Dick came back at a 3, but then Bryce Harris hit a 3. Very back and forth first half. Until it was 33-33 with 5:27 left after Bryce Harris free throw. And then Kansas goes on a 17-4 run to end the first half, led by DeJuan Harris, Grady Dick as well. And Kansas took a 50-37 lead in the second half. Kansas outscored Howard 46-31 in the second half, and Kansas wins 96-68, the most lopsided win of the day. Actually, not the most lopsided win of the day. Yeah, it actually was the most. No, it wasn't the most lopsided win of the day. What am I talking about? But big win. That's usually how 116 games go. Most of them, at least. It's very close for the first 12 minutes, and then the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first half, the 1 seed pulls away, and the second half they just blow them out. Yeah, that's what happened with Kansas. They shot 52% from the field. Shot from the free throw line. They forced 18 turnovers. They had 4 more assists, 6 more rebounds. No, 6 more rebounds, 4 more offensive rebounds. Jalen Wilson had 20 and 7. Grady Dick at 19, 11, and 5 with 3 steals. KJ Adams at 13. DeJuan Harris at 11 and 7 with 4 steals, and then McCullers at 10, 7, and 5. The whole starting 5 was really good. For Howard, Shy Odom at 15, 8, and 3. Steve Settle at 13, and then Doc Green and Hawkins each at 12. We had Damian Gamashel from the bench, and Kansas was a number 1. It looked like a 116 matchup, Shout out to Howard for keeping it for a lot of it, but then, Kansas pulling away. And then let's get our other 116 out of the way. Alabama and Texas A&M Corpus Christi, who defeated Southeast Missouri State in the first 4 to make it into the tournament to get the 16 seed. Alabama started 9-0. Noah Clowney doing a lot early. Texas A&M was trying to make it a comeback. Owen Deese, Ross Williams, Isaac Mashila trying to make it a comeback. But Alabama, Noah Clowney, and Charles Bediako doing their thing early. Then Javon Quinterly got in. Mark Sears hit 3 straight 3-pointers to blow the lead open. Alabama led 54-34 at the end of the first half. Second half, they outscored Texas A&M 42-41. Texas A&M CCs tried to keep it close, but Alabama just dominated them, and Alabama wins 96-75. Alabama shoots 47% of the field. They had 15 threes. They assisted rebounds. Alabama out-assisted Texas A&M Corpus Christi 21-8. They rebounded them 46-34 as well. They had 8 blocks. Noam Pringle, 19 and 15, 8 for 10 shooting. He was great off the bench. Mark Sears had 15 points. Javon Quinterly had 13. Burnett had 11, and Clowney had 10 points. He only played 9 minutes. And Brandon Miller, their star player, did not score in this game. 19 minutes, he had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. Shot over 5. But it didn't matter because Alabama still won the game. For Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. Tennyson had 20. He shot 8 for 21. Sheila had 16 and 15. Deese had 14 off the bench. Williams had 11. And then Keys had 13 rebounds. But yeah, it looked like a 160 in Alabama. Just knocking over Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. Shout out to them, though. They didn't go winless in the tournament. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, they got their one win. Taking it. But yeah, Alabama just kind of sliding through that game without any worry. Now we're going to a 12-5 matchup. San Diego State, Charleston. This was another upset I thought was going to happen. I thought Charleston was going to beat San Diego State. They came out really good early. Rain Smith, Dalton Bolton coming out early for Charleston. San Diego State, they had Matt Bradley, their only double-figure scorer on the season, leading them. But yeah, Charleston was hitting their threes. Ryan Larson, Charleston's a team that they hit their threes. They're going to look really good. A 7-point lead for Charleston at 1 point, but then San Diego State came right back and took the lead after being down 4. They scored 8 straight points to go up by 4. Very back and forth to end the first half. San Diego State led 32-29 after a half. Going to the second half, Charleston was their 3-pointer start to miss, and San Diego State was trying to capitalize on it. Getting to the rim. Guys like Keshad Jackson, Darian Trammell, doing their thing, getting to the rim. And San Diego State was taking it, but because Charleston wasn't hitting. Charleston was hitting their threes, and San Diego State was getting to the rim. But Charleston was making a comeback, though, on free throws. Ryan Larson was getting to the free throw line. Ante Brazovic getting to the line, tied the game at 1 point, 53-53. But then San Diego State hit back-to-back shots. Matt Bradley hit a layup, and then Micah Parrish hit a big 3-pointer to make it a 5-point lead with a minute 45. And going back and forth, San Diego State just hits their free throws. They hit their free throws, and they win 63-57, defeating number 12 Charleston. San Diego State shot 43% from the field. Charleston's 3-point shot went bad. They shot 5 for 24. And then the assist, San Diego State out-assisted Charleston 13-9. Out-rebounded them 37-31 as well. And that's 7 blocks in this game. Matt Bradley is 17-7-4, shot 7 for 15. Great game from him. He was the only double-figure scorer today. And then Leedy had 10 rebounds off the bench. But yeah, Johnson in the second half, getting to the rim, getting to the line, making good plays. Butler as well. Parrish hit a big 3 for San Diego State. They played team ball over there. And then Charleston, Brazovic was their lead scorer at 12 and 8, shot 5 for 13. Larson had 11. He shot 4 for 12. And then Bolin had 10 on 3 for 11 shooting. But yeah, not a great shooting day for Charleston. They shot just 32% from the field. Tough one then, but shout out to San Diego State. And now we're getting to the big one. The big one. Arizona, number 2. Princeton, number 15. Yeah. Arizona, who I picked to win the national championship, by the way. Somehow, I didn't go into it thinking I was going to pick Arizona, but I ended up picking Arizona randomly to win the championship. They got off to a good start. Tubelis, Omar Ballo doing their thing, got it to a 14-6 start. But then for Princeton, Matt Loco, Tosan, I don't remember. I keep forgetting how to pronounce the last name. I got to remember it next time they play. It was a very back and forth first half. Princeton was really keeping it, and I was like, dang. Arizona will build up a 6 or 7 point lead, 8-point lead. They had a 9-point lead at 1 point, but then Princeton would just keep coming back. Tosan, Zach Martini hit some shots. Matt Loco was doing their thing, and it was 31-30 at halftime. We go to the second half. Arizona gets off to a solid start. Tubelis is a free throws. Courtney Ramey hit some shots. Larson doing some things. They go up by 9. Again, they went up by 12, actually, in this game with 11:40 after a Kylan Boswell shot. And I thought, okay, that might be it. But then Tosan, hit 3 straight shots to make it an 8-point game. Keyshawn Kelman, Matt Loco. Blake Peters hit a big 3-pointer. Yeah, Arizona, with 4:42 left. Tubelis hit a layup off a Ramey assist to make it 55-50. And the last 4 minutes, Arizona did not score the ball. The last 4 minutes, Keyshawn Kelman had put back, then Ryan Langberg, back-to-back, he had 2 big layups. Caden Pierce hit the 2 free throws to make it a 3-point lead. In the last possession for Arizona, not great shots. Courtney Ramey took a horrible 3-pointer, who airballed, then Kirk Risa got it and missed a 3. And then Tosan just had to hit 1 free throw. And Princeton somehow, the 15-seed Princeton, defeats Arizona 59-55. Princeton just played harder, out there hustling, hitting their shots when they're mad, but Arizona just couldn't score. They literally, their last point they made was with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left. They went 4.5 minutes without scoring the ball. Not even field goal drop. They didn't score. They didn't even get. I don't think they got to the free throw line at all either. As well, it was a lot of 3-pointers. And yeah, just unacceptable. And Princeton came out and wanted it more. Princeton shot 41%, Arizona shot 42%. Both teams didn't shoot that well from three. Both teams didn't take a lot of free throws either. It was a very tight game. Princeton forced 13 Arizona turnovers. They had the same amount of rebounds. Arizona had 1 more assist. But also the steals and blocks. Princeton had 6 blocks and 8 steals. Arizona had 1 block and 5 steals. Just showed the hustle. They went there wanted more. Toussaint finished with 15, 7, and 4 and 7 for 15 shooting. Guys with good help from Langberg hit some big shots. Matt Oloka was doing solid off the bench. Peters hit 3 threes off the bench. Big for Princeton. For Arizona, Tubelis had 22 and 5 with 4 steals, shot 9 for 20. And then Omar Ballo had 13 and 12. But yeah, Clark Caruso was 1 for 7. Courtney Ramey was 4 for 10. CJ Henderson was 1 for 4. They got 7 bench points. Just didn't really give himself outside from Tubelis and Ballo for Arizona. And they just, were missing their threes. They shot 3 for 16 from 3. Princeton was 4 for 25. Wow, Princeton's whole starting lineup shot a combined 0 for 14 from 3. All their threes came from the bench. Peters was 3 for 5, and then Martini hit 1 of his 5. But wow, Princeton, that's funny. That's 3 years in a row that we had a 15 seed upset a 2 seed in the first round. 2021, Oral Roberts beat Ohio State. Last year, St. Peter's beat Kentucky. Now this year, Princeton. And the funny thing is, Oral Roberts and St. Peter's were the Cinderella stories. Is Princeton going to be the Cinderella story this year? I don't know if they will be, but they got a good shot because I got that something about that 15, something about that 115 seed, which is special, But shout out to Princeton. What an amazing game for them. They really hustled. Their first tournament win, I think, since 1998. I wasn't even born. Yeah, man. And then Arizona, man, just a tough one. Really, really, really tough loss. Wow. That one got me crazy because I didn't care that Arizona didn't win a championship. I honestly don't care about brackets. Like, if I lose a bracket, I know I'm gonna lose a bracket, so I don't really care. But just like Princeton, you guys lost to Princeton. Dang, man, Princeton lost to the future businessmen of the world. Now we have an 8-9 Illinois, Arkansas, and Arkansas jumped on them early. Anthony Black, Devontae Davis, Ricky Council. Arkansas jumped. It was close at 1 point. But then at the end, Arkansas was just taking over. Anthony Black. Again, Ricky Council, Jordan Walsh even got in there. Yeah, Illinois weren't able to stop Arkansas. Arkansas led by 10 at the end of the first half. And then Arkansas got off to a big start. In the second half, they led by 15 at one point after a Mekhi Mitchell layup. Helped Mick Smith, Devontae Davis, Anthony Black again. Illinois was trying to make it back. RJ Melendez was doing his thing to try to get it back, but Arkansas eventually just hit their free throws. Ricky Council, the fourth, was in all of his free throws that he got. And they win 73-63, knocking out Illinois. Both teams shot 38%. Both teams shot bad from 3. There's the free throws. Arkansas shot 76%. Illinois shot 65%. The turnovers. Arkansas forced 16 Illinois turnovers, and then the rebounds. Arkansas rebounded Illinois 39-29, had 10 offensive boards. Ricky Council had 18 and 10. Hit 11 of his 12 free throws. Devontae Davis had 16, and then Anthony Black got 12 points in this game as well. Yeah, it was just a team effort for Arkansas. Getting to the free throw line, attacking Illinois. Terrence Shannon had 20. Hawkins and Melendez had 10. Matthew Mayer had 2 points. Didn't make a field goal. He had 2 free throws. It was 0 for 6. That was very disappointing for Matthew Mayer, who's been having a pretty good season at Illinois. Tough way for him to go out. But Arkansas, that's what I feel like. Arkansas, every time in the tournament, always just has a really good run. That's funny because I picked Illinois in this game. But Arkansas always has a good tournament. They have a really good coach. They have a really good program over there. Next is probably my most disappointing game from the tournament. Oral Roberts to Duke. I literally was on here in my March Madness bracket. If you didn't watch it, go watch my March Madness bracket video. It looks really hilarious now because like 90% of my bracket is already done. But I thought this was going to be the game of the first round. I literally coin flipped. I was like, I thought whoever wins this game is going to the Elite Eight. Like, I thought this was going to be the game. Didn't turn out that way. Duke got on them early. Derek Whitehead got off. Well, they started off on 15 nothing run, led by Jeremy Roach, Derek Lively on both ends of the ball. Mark Mitchell, Kyle Filipowski got in there. But yeah, Duke really, their defense, honestly, really stood on this game. Their defense, they're forcing Oral Roberts to take some tough threes in this game, getting a lot of steals. He got off to a 15 nothing start, and then Derek Whitehead got hot, hit a couple threes, getting to the rim. Yeah, Oral Roberts didn't have anything. Max Abmas had a bad shooting night. Connor Vanover couldn't get to the rim because Derek Lively was locking down that paint. Duke led 40-23 in the first half. We go to the second half, and it's just more of the same. Duke just putting it on him. Jeremy Roach doing his thing. Mark Mitchell, Tyrese Proctor a little bit in there as well. And Duke wins 74-51. Duke shoots 48% from the field, 38% from three. They forced 9 turnovers. They out-assist Oral Roberts 13-10. The rebounds, they out-rebounded Oral Roberts 42-28, 12 rebounds, offensive rebounds, 6 blocks and 7 steals. They're just outworking them. And the paint was huge, which is funny because Oral Roberts has a 7'5" center, but Duke was outworking him in the paint. Jeremy Roach had an amazing game, 23 points, shot 9 for 17. Derek Whitehead had 13 off the bench. Derek Lively had 12 rebounds and 6 blocks. I think he's the first player to have 12 rebounds and 6 blocks in tournament games since like John Henson and Tim Duncan did it. But yeah, an amazing game from Duke. And yeah, man, Duke's hot. Duke's really hot. They ended the year off really good. They won the ACC tournament as the 4th seed. They're just playing all levels right now. Shout out to John Shire. But yeah, they're playing great on both ends of the ball. You know, on offense, they got Jeremy Roach doing his thing. They have Tyrese Proctor and Kyle Filipowski and do what they need to. You know, Derek Whitehead off the bench, he's giving you double digits. That's really good. But then defense, too. You know, Derek Lively's locking down over there. That's why he's one of the better draft prospects. But yeah, for Golden Eagles, Max Abmas, 12 points, shot 4 for 15. Connor Vanover has 6 points. Really tough, man. I had Oral Roberts going to the Elite Eight. Yeah, my bracket is horrible. But yeah, honestly, very disappointing. But still, shout out to Duke. Big win. Next, we had another 8-9. Auburn, Iowa. This was a very good game. This game started off very close. For Auburn, Wendell Green Jr. doing his thing. John Broome, Alan Flanagan. But for Iowa, Rebrika. I forgot how to say his name. I just heard it too. I hate that I do that. But he was getting his layups. Auburn, Broome was doing great in the paint. You know, doing hustle plays, getting easy layups. You know, they're just out working Iowa because Iowa doesn't have really a big man, honestly. But yeah, for Iowa, Chris Murray was having a very tough shooting game for most of the game. Patrick McCaffrey was trying to keep him in it. Rebrika, I forgot how to say his name. Dang it, I hate it. Hate that. Just keeping them in it. Auburn led 31-26 at the end of the first half. Go to the second half. John Broome again, making good plays on both offense and defense. You know, getting big rebounds and then hitting threes, getting to the rim. Katie Johnson, big shot. Trey Donaldson hit 3-3-pointers that were big to make it a 7 or to put Auburn up 17 at one point. Iowa made a comeback though. Payne Sanford came into the game and was just jacking up threes, hit one, got fouled. Chris Murray hit back-to-back threes. Connor McCaffrey hit some free throws. And Auburn was just playing weird. Auburn looked like they wanted to lose that game. Like Auburn was just pulling threes for no reason. Everyone was like, why are you shooting threes, bro? Just dribble the clock out and you can win this. But yeah, but Wendell Green really closed this game out, hitting his free throws. He's one of the better free throw shooters. But then getting to the rim and getting easy layups, you know, to win it. And Auburn wins 83-75. Auburn shoots 46% of the field, hit 8 threes. Iowa shot 41%, hit 7 threes. Yeah, they forced 8 Iowa turnovers, had 3 more assists than Iowa as well, had 5 steals, 6 blocks. Broome, 19-12 with 5 blocks. He was really the big factor. Shot 7 for 14. He was dominating the paint on both ends. Wendell Green at 15 points. Williams, Johnson, and Donaldson each had 11. Flanagan at 10 and 10 for Auburn. For Iowa, Payne Sanford had 21 off the bench. Shot 8 for 16. He got a lot of spark. Chris Murray had 15 and 9. He shot 5 for 18, 3 for 11 from 3. He was really struggling in the paint. And then Rebrika, 14 and 7. But yeah, Auburn, a big win for them. Really good game. They are going to the next round. Next, we have the 7-10 matchup, Northwestern and Boise State. Northwestern got off to a good start, led by Chase Ardege and Bo Bowie. Robbie Burren as well. Doing his thing. But yeah, I really like Northwestern in this game. Brooks Barnheiser was doing his thing as well. Chase Audigy hitting threes. Boise State was keeping in it though. They had Max Rice, Tyson Degenhart, Najee Smith. Najee Smith was doing great in this game. Boise State was really keeping in it. But for Northwestern, Bo Bowie was doing his thing. Brooks Barnheiser. Northwestern led 38-32 at halftime. Go to the second half, and it's very close. Ty Berry hit a big 3-pointer, taking a 4-point lead. But Ty Berry was very big in the second half. And then Bo Bowie as well, getting to the rim, hitting threes. He was really doing it all out there for Northwestern. He was huge in this game. Then Chase Audige as well, getting to the free throw line. Ty Berry again. Boise State was trying to keep it in it. But then, yeah, Boise State's offense is very weird. A lot of ISO ball, I feel like, for Boise State. A lot of ISO ball, trying to get their own buckets. Yeah, Northwestern was just hitting their free throws and closed out the game. They win 75-67, going to the next round. Northwestern shot 49% from the field. They hit 8 threes. Boise State shot 40%, 26% from 3. And Northwestern hit 83% of their free throws. They forced 9 Boise State turnovers. Northwestern, Bo Bowie, 22, 5 and 5, shot 8 for 14. That's an amazing game. Chase Audige had 20 and 4 steals. Ty Berry at 13, and then Brooks Barnheiser at 10 off the bench. For Boise State, Max Rice had 17, shot 6 for 19. Smith had 14, 11. Agbo and Shaver, each had 12 in this game. Northwestern Bo Bowie and Chase Audige really doing their thing. Those are really good. Northwestern is actually a very solid team that you have to watch out for, especially on defense. They play really hard on defense. Like, I was watching their possession, I was like, dang, these dudes are hustling on defense, man. Really were. Shout out to them. Texas and Colgate, 2-15 matchup. Very close to start. For Texas, they had Dylan Disu down low. Tyrus Hunter was hitting threes. Marcus Smart was doing his thing. Marcus Carr. Oh, my God. Call him Marcus Smart. For Colgate, Tucker Richardson, their leading scorer. Hitting his threes, doing his thing. Texas got off to a good start. They led 32-18, or 35-18 at one point after Jabari Rice 3-pointer. But then Colgate came back. Ryan Moffitt in layups. Keegan Records. Jeff Woodward, his big body, down there doing his thing. And it was only 41-32 at halftime. We go to the second half, and Colgate gets off to a really solid start. Texas still doing their thing, though, hitting shots like Dylan Disu. Marcus Carr, not Marcus Smart, in his threes. Jabari Rice was really hot from 3, especially in the first half. But Colgate was keeping it kind of in reach. Ryan Moffitt was hitting threes. Braden Smith hit a layup, but Texas honestly they were just hitting when they needed to. Dylan Disu down low. They were getting turnovers when they needed to. So Jabari Rice was really good in this game, and then Texas wins 81-61. They shoot 53% from the field and 57% from 3. Texas is just really efficient. That's what they are. They're really efficient on both ends. They shot 53%, 57%. They hit 15 threes. They had 20 assists to Colgate's 6. They rebounded Colgate 34-23, 11 offensive boards, have 5 blocks as well. Jabari Rice, 23 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. Hit 7 threes. That's huge. It's huge to have. Your 6 man hit 23 points. That's huge. Marcus Carr has 17 and 4. Dylan Disu had 17 and 10. And then Tyrus Hunter at 10 points. We have for Colgate, Keegan Records at 13 and 6, and then Moffitt at 13. Didn't really get much help from anyone else. Not a good shooting day from Colgate, especially from 3. They're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the nation, and they shot just 3 for 15 from 3. But then again, that's why I don't really trust teams in March Madness that shoot a lot of threes sometimes, because that they can live by the 3, die by the 3. You know what they say. Next we had another 116. Houston and Northern Kentucky. Marcus Sasser did play in this game. Their starting guard, who's been injured a lot. He didn't play a lot in this game, but he played in this game. North Kentucky played really, really well. Trey Robinson, Sam Vincent was doing well. For Houston, Jerice Walker, a draft prospect, projected a lot of repick around there, doing good. Jamal Sheed or Shed, going his thing. But North Kentucky was really keeping it close. The entire first half was really close. I think Houston's biggest lead was 6 in the first half. Sam Vincent, again, doing his thing. It was only 30-27 at halftime. Houston was leading. Northern Kentucky doing really good. Marcus Warwick had a tough shooting night. Trey Robinson the third. Or no, Trey Robinson. Why did I call him Trey Robinson the third? What am I doing? I'm sorry. It's like midnight around here. I'm tired. Um, yeah, Houston, Juwan Roberts. Emmanuel Sharp is huge. Emmanuel Sharp hit big back-to-back threes to make it a 9-point lead for Houston. The three-point shot really was helping. And then them getting to the rim. North Kentucky just couldn't hit their shots, man. North Kentucky just kind of slowly got colder and colder out this game. They made a really good play, though. Warwick had a bad shooting night, but at the end, he was trying to make some plays. But ultimately just didn't have enough, and Houston wins 63-52, especially that defense at the end. Houston really locked down. Houston shot 49% from the field. North Kentucky ended up shooting 28% from the field and 15% from three. Houston actually had double the turnovers of North Kentucky does, which is crazy because Houston's one of the best defenses in the league, which is why they're number one in the nation, because they're one of the best defenses. But they had twice the amount of turnovers North Kentucky had, 14-7. They did outsist North Kentucky to 13-7, and rebounded them 37-31 as well. But yeah, Jarius Walker 16-6, 2 blocks. He's really good on both ends. Jamal Shed 13-6 assists. Roberts had 11 and 12, and then Emmanuel Sharp 10 off the bench. Big for them. But yeah, North Kentucky was keeping him in it though. Sam Vincent 15-8, and then Robinson at 11, and then Brandon had 14 boards. But yeah, Warwick had a tough shooting night. 9 points on 2 for 18. That's really tough. And then they only had 3 bench points. But yeah, North Kentucky put up a heck of a fight though. They got to be proud of themselves. Heck of a fight against one of the best teams in the nation. To be in the game, basically the whole game. Like, they weren't really out of it until the last, 30 seconds. But really, they were in it, the entire game. So you got to give a lot of credit to North Kentucky and the Norse out there as a 16. Next, we had a 4-13 Tennessee, Louisiana playing this game. It was a really good start. Tennessee, Plavsic with his layups. But for Louisiana, Jordan Brown, Folks were doing their things. Terrence Lewis as well. For Tennessee, Tyreek Keys, Santiago Vesely doing some things. Very close to start. It was 19-19 at one point after a Jordan Brown shot, but then Tennessee finished the half scoring 11 straight points, led by Plavsic, Jordan Mashak as well, Tyreek Key. And Tennessee led 30-19 at the end of the first half. Tennessee just got it going, and Louisiana couldn't find it. And then Tennessee started the second half really well. They had an 18-point lead multiple times. The second half, including Tyreek Key hit a 3-pointer to make it 48-30. But then Louisiana goes on a 13-0 run to make it a 5-point game, led by Kobe Julian, who's doing a lot, and Jordan Brown as well. But Kobe Julian did most of that and made it a game. Louisiana's just a really tough team that fights all the way. And then Tennessee went back up by 9 again after Jemai Mashack doing his thing. But Louisiana would keep it in it. Jalen Dalcourt hit a big 3-pointer to keep it 5. Kobe Julian hit 2 free throws. It was just the fouls, man. It was really the fouls. Tennessee was getting to the free throw line a lot more than Louisiana was. The free throw distinction. Tennessee shot 21 free throws. Louisiana shot 9. That was really the difference in this game. And Tennessee wins 58-55. They shoot 46% from the field, 25% from 3. Again, the free throws are the big difference for Tennessee. Tyreek Key, 12 points off the bench, and Mashak had 11. For Louisiana, Jordan Brown had 16 and 7. Kobe Julian had 15 off the bench, and then Dalcourt had 11 off the bench. And Folks had 11 assists. But yeah, Louisiana really fought hard, but again, it was just the fouls. Couldn't stop fouling Tennessee late. Just being undisciplined. The last 2 games we can kind of just go through quickly. UCLA and UNC Asheville. UCLA started off the game 14-0. And honestly, I didn't really watch this game because there were other games going on by that point. I was like, yeah, this game's over. UCLA won 86-53. They shot 54% from the field, 31% from 3. They forced 16 turnovers. They had 24 assists to UNC Asheville's 8. They rebounded UC Asheville 33-19, 11 offensive boards. Jaime Jaquez and Amari Braley each had 17. Singleton had 11. Etienne and Wuba had 10, and Tyler Campbell had 10 assists. UCLA won by 33. That's really all we got to talk about. And then Penn State, Texas A&M, the 7-10. This is going to be a really good game. Texas A&M was really lit. I don't really like Texas A&M. Their bench off fire. Xavier Freaking Wade Taylor the fourth started good. Julius Marble as well. But Andrew Funk, man, Andrew Funk was really the difference throughout this entire game. It was Andrew Funk, man. He was hitting threes. He was doing everything. And Penn State's a team that does rely on the 3-pointer a lot too, which is why I kind of feel like contradicting myself when I said I don't like teams that shoot a lot of threes, but I also pick Penn State. But also Penn State's hot. Penn State is hot. They got a really nice run to start in the regular season. Big Ten tournament, they're the 10th seed, or the 10th seed that got all the way to the championship. They're really fun. And Penn State was just knocking down threes, honestly. Texas A&M just didn't have enough energy, especially at that second half. And Penn State won 76-59, upsetting number 7 Texas A&M. Penn State shot 48% for the field. They hit 13 threes, shot 59% from 3. They also forced 10 Texas A&M turnovers. Andrew Funk, 27 points, hit 8 threes. That's huge. And then Jaden Pickett, 19, 7, and 8. And then Lundy also had 10. We had Funk and Pickett were the big ones in this game. For Texas A&M, Dennis had 19 and 8. Bradford had 14, and then Wade Taylor had 10. But yeah, that's it for the first day of March Madness. Tough, crazy games, and it's only going to get crazier as we go on. Today, as you're watching this, you're going to have the second half of the first round games. Really looking forward to them. I'm going to do a recap on all the March Madness days, but also keep some NBA as well in there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn on notifications, do all that stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.